What's going on, guys? Today, we're talking about the finals, a game that arrived like a flashbang to our retinas, and then, for a while, seemed to vanish like a light player the second they take any damage. If you've been living under a rock, or perhaps the rubble of a leveled Skyway Stadium, you might think this game was just a fever dream we all had in late 2023. But it's 2026 now, and something weird is happening. The game isn't just alive, it's thriving. How do we go from 250,000 players to Nexon is disappointed in us, and back to the coolest kid at the FPS lunch table? Well, grab your goo guns and your tank with emotional baggage, because today we're diving into the chaotic lifestyle of Embark's previous golden child. December 2023, the Game Awards. I was there to see if Jeff Keighley would finally get tackled by a stage crasher. But instead, Embark Studios walked on the stage, dropped a trailer that looked like Mirror's Edge on super high, and said, "It's out, go get it." And I did. We flooded the servers like shoppers on Black Friday. It was the Titanfall Apex love child that we didn't know we needed. It had the slick movement of a parkour legend and the gunplay of a refined tactical shooter, all wrapped into a virtual game show aesthetic that felt like The Running Man.
It's showtime.
Where this game really shines, though, is the destruction. Embark took a page out of Battlefield's book, and it worked. For decades, Battlefield promised us Levolution, which was usually just a scripted building falling once every 40 minutes. In the finals, I could literally drop a cathedral on someone's head because they were annoying me with their stun gun. It was glorious. It was industry leading. It was a nightmare for my old CPU. But within days, 242,000 concurrent players on Steam alone made it a certified banger. We were all young, hopeful, and had no idea a guy named BoxBox_123 was downloading a gaming chair that allowed him to headshot us through 3 layers of concrete. But, you know, as the old saying goes, when something goes up, it must eventually get nuked by a C4 attached to a red canister, bringing it back down. By mid-2024, the honeymoon was over, and by over, I mean the divorce papers were served and even the dog was crying. But the first major hurdle was the cheating problem, BoxBox123. It turned out that when you make a game with 100% server-side destruction, hackers find really creative ways to ruin your Tuesday evening after work. We weren't just getting outplayed, we were being deleted by entities that didn't exist in our plane of existence. Then the sweet meta, remember the triple medium era? Healing beams crossing like Ghostbuster streams, making an enemy team essentially immortal, or the heavy shield spam that turned every object into literal bubble wrap convention. If you were a solo player, you weren't playing a game, you were a victim. You'd load in, see your teammates were 2 lights running daggers and a dream, and you'd just accept your fate. The barrier to entry became a vertical wall covered in grease. By the time we hit the middle of 2024, the updates fell light, pun intended. While Fortnite was having 3 concerts and a literal apocalypse every weekend, the finals felt like it was stuck in a loop. Nexon, the corporate overlords who hold the purse strings, basically put out a financial report that said, yeah, the finals is underperforming. We're not mad, just disappointed. Which is corporate speak for you have 6 months to live before we turn you into a mobile gacha game. But here we are, sitting in 2026 with full lobbies. Enter Arc Raiders, Embark's other child who finally grew up. When Arc Raiders launched, it had a massive 700,000 players. Everyone expected it to be the final nail in the coffin for the finals. Why play the game show when you can play the robot apocalypse? But Embark is smarter than us. They didn't kill the game. They merged the lore. People started noticing things. The sponsors in the finals weren't just fictional brands. They were the companies that caused the world to end in Arc Raiders. Fans realized that the finals isn't just a game show. It's a simulation for the survivors or the elites of the Arc universe. Suddenly, the lore hunters arrived. People were playing the finals just to find Easter eggs about the robot uprising. It was the ultimate cross-promotion. Play the simulation to understand the reality. Embark used that Arc Raiders money to finally fix the foundation. Season 9 and 10 were bangers. They nuked the World Tour grind that nobody liked and replaced it with a ranked system that actually made some sense. They added the casual chaos mode for people who just want to break things without being yelled at by a 12-year-old Swedish boy as well. So, where are we now? The finals isn't the top game on Twitch. It's not beating League of Legends or Valorant in raw numbers. But you know what? It's healthy. It's the cool indie bar of shooters. And the bronze to gold population in the game is thriving. We've accepted that we're never going to be top tier in the streamer category. We're just here to throw a gas grenade into a room, realize that our teammates are also in that room, and laugh as we both die in a cloud of our own fart. But for real, the community is dedicated. The devs are communicative, and the destruction, oh man, the destruction, it is still the best in the business. So the real question, is it worth playing in 2026? Absolutely. They brought me back with Arc Raiders, and I've been having the time of my life as a heavy hitter at heart. Something about that minigun just does something for me. I know I have issues, but the finals didn't die. It is the most unique FPS on the market, and if you aren't playing it, you're missing out on the only game where you can lose a match because a heavy obliterated you with his massive guitar. That's not a euphemism, right? Anyway, that's just my take. Are you an Arc Raiders convert, or have you been holding the cash out since day one? Let me know down in the comments, and hit that subscribe if you want to see what's next.